Recording in progress.
Hey guys, this is Harshit, and I really want to talk about this guy that I've been following lately. His name is Marc Lou, and he's actually big on Twitter. I've been seeing him on Twitter since like a couple of months, and he's actually been doing really great. I think he just started off as a complete beginner as a software engineer, and then now he built this whole boilerplate thing, which is actually selling on a monthly basis, which is bringing him around like $50,000 in recurring revenue. Right, I'm actually subscribed to his newsletter as well, and I just received a newsletter today, like 6 hours ago, and I just want to dive deep into this and how this fits well into my journey for what I'm building, and also how this can help you, plus get some perspective from my end as well, right? So firstly, he says, being rich was never the goal. Freedom and fulfillment are, but $1 million solopreneur, hell yeah. The thing is, I don't know what it is, but a lot of solopreneurs just keep saying being rich is not the goal. If you're in it for the money, you're never going to make it. I think that's completely absurd, because every VC wants to put money in your business because they know it's going to make more money, right? The whole world runs on money. You just can't say that, hey, you shouldn't be doing it for the money, right? I think that's just vanity seeking. Maybe Marc Lou didn't know it was going to get to around $1 million. Then what he started off was as just building a startup. But for me, it is about the money. It is about getting the first $1 million check, right? So that's what I'm currently working for as well. Getting that MRR in, getting that $1 million valuation maybe for my startup, or however it's going to happen. That's what I'm currently focused on. And even if you are like that, if you think, okay, money is your first priority, you shouldn't shy away from it. Just be proud of it. I mean, if you're adding value, if you're creating some kind of a real product, and your product is adding value, solving a problem, you're charging money for it, so you don't have to shy away from saying, hey, okay, you're in for the money, right? But other than that, that's his story. You can go check it out, his video on starter story as well. It was a nice video. But then let's get into the solopreneur niche, all right? So when he started in 2017, there were like only 3 alternatives to employment: wear suits and please VCs, for 0.00001% chance to build a unicorn, open a restaurant with his parents, and drop shipping. Yeah, I mean, after that we've also seen SMMA, affiliate marketing, all of that. If you've been a teenager on YouTube just trying to see how to make money online, right? A lot of these schemes sell PDFs, and then that's how I got into NFTs, and Web3 happened, right? That thing's there, that's for sure. But now it's a dead end. A lot of people say it's a dead end, like where he live anywhere he wants, don't ask for permission, taking your time off. So he can actually prioritize other parts of life, like sleeping, surfing, and spending time with his wife, right? There's actually not a new concept. What's his name? Tony, how did I forget his name? Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss, in his book 4-Hour Workweek, talks about this. It's an amazing read if you just want to start off with the internet money mindset, the new rich mindset, which he talks about. You have financial freedom, location freedom, and time freedom. That's what he basically talks about, and it's just an amazing book that you should read. 4 hour, I don't know if it really works out. It's more than 80 hours a week if you really want to build something sustainable coming from scratch. So maybe not the title, but the book has an amazing piece of content. And then the bubble is about to burst. So there are some skeptics think that we've reached the peak. He believes it's the opposite. Let's be honest. You won't get a TechCrunch article for building startups from Bali. This period is over. Agreed. But solopreneurship is just getting started, right? This is what I want to talk about. So I have a couple of pointers that I just want to touch base on. So first, it says AI making everything easy. It writes code, improves his English, and brainstorms video ideas. So you should actually just go watch my video on how I am doing this completely by myself, like building the whole, coding the whole platform. So I've also got some really nice comments on how I can fix a couple of bugs. This is actually a complete in-depth video on how I'm just using Claude and ChatGPT to literally build my own startup. So what he actually talks about right now is 100% true, because it can literally write code for you. Broken English, my English is it's fair, it's better than his maybe. But then also brainstorm video ideas for YouTube channel. Of course, 100%. Just put in a couple of pointers. ChatGPT gives you YouTube video ideas. I think you already know this stuff, right? Right now, I think it's about implementation. ChatGPT has all the knowledge, but we have to extract that info and then make it happen, right? We literally have to make it happen. That's us. We got to do that. So that's when results and outputs happen. And then niche businesses are exploding, like AI apps, 1% design agencies, newsletters, and so on, 100%. Like AI apps, AI note-taking apps, AI companions, AI this, AI that. There are so many AI apps, and there are so many cash-rich AI apps which do not need any kind of external VC funding. I mean, at this point, I just feel like, the world is just moving backwards in terms of, before the industrialization, we just had our own farms, we had our own house, we grew our own crops, we had our own land, we just built it, we just stayed there. It was just our own thing. And if we wanted to trade, we could have just gone and traded the apples for oranges, or after the money, after the concept of money came around. So in that sense, we're actually moving backwards, right? I think even Naval Ravikant talks about this in one of his podcasts, where he says, now it's becoming more like Hollywood. For example, like if DiCaprio wants to do a particular film, doesn't mean that he can do the second film, right? So he can just do one film and then complete that project and then go to the other film, or maybe even do both of them simultaneously. Like a lot of code switching involves, and if you're a master in your craft, you can definitely do that. So that's how we're moving. It's going to be it's basically free market capitalism. Now we have the most amazing tools, man. I can't stress this enough. Like, we have ChatGPT, like it just knows everything, and it's just getting better and better. And whatever the Strawberry Q-Star project is, I'm excited for that too. And man, I'm telling you, with all of this technology, if you're not able to make at least $1 million for our families, then what have we achieved as Gen Z? Is it just scrolling on TikTok? Is it just watching Kendrick and Drake beef? Is that it? I'm 100% sure there is a lot more that we can do. At least think about your families. I mean, if your parents are still working, it's our job to retire them. It's our job to provide them the best luxuries the world can ever provide, and it's possible. I know it's possible mentally. I know it's possible. It's been a couple of years. I got some amount of money, but it's not wealth. And then crypto happened. I also been trading, lost a lot in meme coins. That's that humbled me a lot. Understanding how wealth is generated, and it literally humbled me a lot. But now I think if we actually pick this, like building a product, solving a particular problem in a specific niche, and doing it really well, I'm sure there are people who are going to pay you money, right, on a monthly recurring basis, and that's revenue for you, right? And the other point is, out of 7 years of entrepreneurship, he crippled with self-doubt. Okay, yeah. Okay, so he has a quote of his own which says, "But there is bright future ahead of those who don't quit." Ignore the skeptics. We're all just getting started. He roots for us, Mark. Thank you, Mark, if you're watching this. Yes, he definitely roots for us because, man, I just spoke about this already. He's just the best quote that I've heard by Denzel Washington is, if you stick around a barbershop long enough, sooner or later you'll get a haircut, right? The thing is, if I just do this every single day, and trust me, I just don't look the best today because there's a lot of phlegm in my lungs. It's just so difficult to breathe. Just got a little bit of cold, but then you still gotta show up. You still gotta show up every single day. The thing is, I didn't show up. Just being honest with you, I didn't show up every single day because I got a little complacent. I got complacent because I was getting a paycheck. I was just traveling the world, just getting a paycheck. I just got complacent. Wasn't really thinking far ahead of building wealth. And if you actually look at my previous videos, they were little, they were good. They were okay. I've been doing podcasts since 2 years, but I haven't been consistent with any of this. I think that's one of the mistakes that I made. But also, I mean, when you are in a job, it's like you have to give 100% of it to the job, right? You just can't do anything else. But then if you're on your own, taking a big risk, you can experiment, you can do everything by yourself. And now that I do have the free time, I just have to go all in. Yeah. And then there's the best quote by Naval Ravikant. He says, when in doubt, refer to Naval. Learn to sell, learn to build. If you can do both, you will be unstoppable. So this is what I want to touch base on again, because learning to sell is kind of natural to me. Bringing the product out, sharing it to the world, talking about the product, making videos. I was an actor and I just love being on camera. I'm just so comfortable doing this, learning to sell. But learning to build, I always had to rely on developers, on external agencies to build startups, to build the actual product for me. But there was one thing that I always noticed is, even though I pay them like $3,000, $4,000 for a month to complete the whole contract of, let's say, 2 months or even a month, I just didn't get the product that I had in my head. And I thought, okay, maybe that's how MVPs are. That's how tech is. I think developers they took a lot of advantage, right? I think they had this upper hand, and they always had the upper hand in terms of product. And I think they kind of took advantage of the folks who can't code, and just say, hey, this is how it can be. This is how much I'm gonna charge. And we're like, okay, developer, smart guy coding, and we just gave him the money, right? But now with ChatGPT, you can recheck everything, and if there are any kind of coding mistakes, bugs, you can rectify that using code. And heck, you can build the whole product with ChatGPT, which we are currently doing right now at Zavata, right? Currently building the whole product using ChatGPT. I also discuss a couple of tricks that I use. How do I maintain the context? How do I give it the maximum amount of context? And just not make ChatGPT hallucinate a lot. See, I think that's what this video is going to be about. I'll think of the title later when I'm posting it, maybe some clickbaity title, and then I use Marc's photo. Maybe we'll get a couple of views. But yes, that's me, Harshit, working on this journey of building a SaaS product, and let's see where this leads me. But again, we have to build generation wealth with all the tools that we have. We are in the modern renaissance. So let's do it.